welcome to this week's episode of Success in Women. I'm Linda.
I'm Andrea.
And believe it or not, we're already midway through January.
Already.
So we're checking in on your journey and how are your goals going?
How are they going?
So, how are your goals going, Andrea?
I knew she was going to ask me. Well, the smoking one is going fantastic. So I'm not out of the woods yet by any stretch of the imagination.
I think that takes a few years.
Yeah, it really does. But I don't think about it as often. And my mindset is still strong. And like we said in the beginning, your goals must be something that you really want. And your mindset has to be there. Because if you're not ready and if you don't have a strong will to get that, achieve that goal, it's not going to happen. And the way I did that was actually going to my doctor and committing to it. And they were the ones that supplied me with the tools that I needed. And that's a big step too, because it's accountability. And we always talk about that too.
And I was going to say, Andrea, you know, when you mention accountability, it's a perfect segue because sometimes, and you don't necessarily have this, but wouldn't it have been nice if you had a friend that was quitting at the same time and you could be accountable to each other? And so, for example, I know that you were going for Weight Watchers with another friend. It helps you to stay accountable.
And we'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, because even in business, if you have a goal, a certain goal in a business, and you have an accountability partner, you could be sharing just for a minute or two every morning to be accountable. If you set even little goals for the day before to see whether or not you check in with your accountability partner and say, I didn't achieve it. What was the reason? What did you make more important?
Right.
Or if you did achieve it, you know, you get that pat on the back from your accountability partner because you're able to say, yes, I wanted to do this and this and this yesterday, and I got to do that.
Yes, and that has been happening with me for the smoking because, you know, like I said, in the beginning, the first couple of weeks, I never said anything to anyone. I wanted to make sure this is what I wanted to do, and I didn't want people pestering me about it. Then after, of course, people catch on because they see that you're not smoking. But the further I go, the more pats on the back I am getting. So it does make you feel good that you're accomplishing things. And this is even from people that are still smoking. Oh. You know, that they see that they understand that it's a big accomplishment. Maybe more of them than a non-smoker. Because non-smokers who have never smoked have no idea.
Yes, I've heard that.
Yeah. And so to get it from, or even another reform smoker, and there's a lot of us out there, the baby boomers, you know, we're the ones that kind of started this craze about not smoking and whatnot. And so, you know, they given me a pat on the back. And so that makes you feel good. And it makes you want to keep going because you don't want to let people down and you don't want to let yourself down. You know, because you've gone this far, and it takes a lot of strength to do that. So are you going to find that strength again if you start up again? You know you have to do it, especially I feel at my age, because when you're younger, nothing affects you. You know, you drink, you party, you think. You don't know the damage. You don't feel the immediate effect. But at my age, you feel the immediate effect of when you're putting toxins in your body, and you feel an immediate from not putting it in your body. So I feel better. I don't cough anymore.
I was just going to say, I noticed that you're not coughing that much.
I don't cough hardly at all. And the other day, a friend of mine said, your skin is a different color. What are you doing? And I said, oh, well, I quit smoking. Oh, I knew it had to be something, you know. So you see it, you know, and so that makes me feel good. So I'm happy to report that I'm still on track.
Well, which is good because, you know, this would only be a mid-January checkup, and you did start this in the fall, which was really good.
In mid-November.
Yeah. So, you know, it's been a little while.
But it was something I wanted to do for 2025, and I just started a little early because I had the excitement to do it at that moment. And I didn't want to say, oh, I'll wait till January, because then it's not going to happen. The minute you feel this is a good time, just do it. You could fail.
Yeah.
It's you don't have to do it just because, you thought it was a good idea at the time, but it wasn't a good idea because you weren't ready. But try it.
Yeah.
What are you going to lose?
Yeah.
Nothing, really. 2 weeks of clean lungs.
Yeah. My sister always says, try it. You might like it. So not just for food, but even giving up something or starting something.
Right.
So, for a lot of people, they always say, and the sales at gyms go way up. And if you're already a member of a gym like I am, oh my God, it's so much more crowded in January, at least for the first few weeks.
Right.
And then it tapers off.
I know.
But they do get you hooked at that point for the money part.
I don't want to go to a gym because when I was younger, I did do the gym routine. And, it was okay. And I'm not a cardio person. If I'm going to do any exercise, it has to be weight.
Well, I don't do cardio at the gym anyway. Yeah. In the old days when I was younger, yes, I had to do, the Stairmaster and the treadmill, all those things. But I haven't done cardio. I do a lot of walking. And so when I go to the gym, I'm focused on just weight training, whether it's the upper body, the lower body. And I know at one point I did a little reel where I've done a 3-minute plank.
That's right.
I did and when I go to the gym, when my trainer actually wants me to do a plank, you know what I mean? He's always amazed that I'm doing it for 3 minutes because
a lot of people can't last 30 seconds.
And that's true. And so he thinks that it's a big deal to do a 2-minute plank. And so when I get there, I'm saying, is it 3 minutes yet? No, you still have. Well, then I'm not ready to get down because I have mastered that over years of being able to do 3. I think this year for 2025. I will at least try to get to 3.5 to 4. I'll work on the 3.5 before I actually do it.
We'll check in on her
and I'll do that. When I can master that, I will do a short reel so I can get you the proof that I'll actually get my trainer to film me doing the 3.5 minute, and then we'll go up to the 4. That'll be for the year-end goal, but I'll try to check in with the 3.5 minute
Now, here's
plank.
a little tip that I learned at Weight Watchers. For people who don't like to exercise, who, find it, horrible, or just can't.
I love it. I feel like I've accomplished something going to a gym.
Yeah, and some people do. And some people live in the gym.
Yeah.
But so for people who maybe even just want to do something, because you should move your body.
You have to.
And say you don't go to a gym, say you don't have any online programs. What this girl shared with us at the meeting that she learned from online or something was, around your house, anywhere around your house, take little tabs. And when you pass by, like say you pass by the coffee machine, you're making a coffee, you have to do 5 squats.
Oh.
And then if you go by the stairs, you have to do 5 lunges before you go up the stairs.
Interesting. And you know what?
When you're brushing your teeth, you have to stomp. Like, you just give yourself little spurts of exercise to do.
That's a great idea.
And she's done it, and her whole family is getting into it.
Well, what I was going to say is that, believe it or not, in my little apartment, if I'm doing something at the kitchen, and if I am making a coffee while I'm waiting for the drip thing to go, I actually start doing push-ups against my counter, and I do that at the office when I'm waiting for my tea to come out.
It's just a little something,
but it makes a difference.
But it is
little
something.
Things.
It is something.
That's a good tip, though, Andrea, because I've done it and not even thought about it.
I know, and the thing was, everybody got pumped at the meeting, and then we started challenging each other, and we said, okay, who's going to do this? And I said, okay, I'm going to do at my coffee machine every morning. The 5 squats, so
which are really good for you, by the way.
And I got up to about 10, so I'm up to about 10. And as soon as we go to the meetings on Tuesday morning, did you do your squat? So it's fun, it's challenging, and that's what you should do.
But you've made a game out of it.
You make a game out of it with your friends, with your family, and you see somebody go buy a sticker. Hey, get down, like sort of like the old army things, right? Down and squat or in gym class. So yeah, do something like that, make it fun, or even like join a bowling league. And like us, the curling. I mean, we curled for years, and they have so many different times and time slots that you can join, like Friday nights for fun. They have even a teacher's night. They have mixed ladies, men, seniors.
And if you haven't tried it, and you have a curling rink in your community, you really need to go out, ask them when there's some open ice where they'll teach you how to, because a lot of clubs will have extra sliders and brooms, so you don't have to go out and buy all that initially unless you actually want to join a team.
And they want new curlers. They want new members, so they will teach you. And then not only for our age, but for the little ones. So they have a little program
for the Little Rocks.
The Little Rocks. So bring your kids out there. Yeah. It is such a fun sport for them, and it's not overly expensive.
No.
And it's not aggressive. Yeah. It's not like hockey or any of the soccers or that. Because some kids are not into that. Right.
But even you as an adult, you can use what they call the stick now. So you don't even have to, if you've ever watched curling on TV, they go down into the hack, which is what we used to do. Yeah. Because of my joint problem now, if I was in Canada during the winter and was able to join curling again, I would do it in a heartbeat because they have the stick, which means I don't actually have to bend, and I can use the stick to release. So I'm not going down into the hack and then, coming out, which I did enjoy, but I can't do it anymore. No. But that doesn't mean I can't curl.
That's right. I mean, we had women there, 80, 85, curling. It was great because it's a sport that you can do for quite some time.
For a long time,
Yeah. So, look into doing stuff like that if you're still kind of not feeling the gym or, you still want to set a goal of getting in shape. Try something like that. And like I said, there's lots of online dance shows. Like I had joined one Body Groove, and it was like $99 for the year. And they had you could watch do all the different dance videos that they had. It was fantastic. And then there's this new one, the Lazy Fit. And
I've seen that.
Yeah, you do that in your chair. Yeah. And that's great for people who don't want to do all the jumping and the on standing and down, up and down, and it seems to be doing very, very well. So there's, research a little bit if you're still stuck on what to do about the weight loss. The exercise.
The exercise. Because you know what? And the other thing is too, if you've joined a gym and you're like a lot of people and you're not going as much as you did in the first week or two, but even if you find a friend to go walking, a buddy.
Oh yeah, walking buddy.
Yeah, you go walking because a lot of gyms also have the tracks. Mine doesn't, but I do walk to my gym because of where it is. But a lot of them have walking tracks, and if you can get that buddy to go and you're talking and walking, you don't even realize how much. And then if you put the weights on your ankles or the weights on your arms, or just take some weights and, walking, going like, you can make it fun.
Like when you're cooking. If you're in the house cleaning and cooking, put some few
You don't need to go to a gym. I'm just saying if you've signed up for a membership, use it. But if you're not, no problem. You don't need to do that. Because the bands are good, Andrea. Doing the stuff that you mentioned with having the little things and then doing, and then the lunges and stuff. I love all that. That is such a cool thing to do.
Good idea.
But tell them about the weight loss at Weight Watchers, because that's something I think that might get more people motivated if they really have that as one of their goals. Because it's hard enough to diet, but if you're not thinking about dieting and you're thinking about eating healthier and joining Weight Watchers because of, the camaraderie of being able to be supportive of each other.
Right. So
but now what they've done.
Now I've been a member, for quite a few years. And the first year I only joined online because of COVID. And they still have that. You can join online. You don't need to join a workshop, and it is a little bit cheaper. But the fun part about joining full so that you can go to these workshops, you have the community there, and the women, we have it's only a half hour, and they have all different times: morning, afternoon, evenings, weekends. You find a place it could be in a church, it could be in a community center. Mm-hmm. Ours happens to be in a nice little mall here, which we love, and we're about 20 people that come every week, and we're usually always the same. So we developed a friendship. And like you say, I did join with a friend so that we were accountable to each other. Because, you know, sometimes you wake up in the morning and you think, I don't feel like it, or I know it's not going to be good. I don't want to go. But your partner calls and says, "Are you ready?" Yeah, I guess so. So, but lately I've been going more on my own because she's, she's at her goal weight.
Yes.
And she only needs to weigh in once a month, but I'm not there yet. But you get more inspired when you're with the group.
Yeah.
And we talk, and like I said, that tip about the little exercise
I love
sticky notes around the house came from one of the ladies there. So, and like I said, if you're thinking about a weight loss goal, look into Weight Watchers because it's a very good program. You can eat, the variety is incredible.
Yeah.
It's on a point system. So nothing is forbidden. You just have to count the points, right? And see how it fits your lifestyle. So it's been going on and along and along. Now, all of a sudden this year, they've come up with some major changes for 2025, and it's getting a lot of good feedback. So at one point, one of the things, at one point they didn't, oatmeal was a point, because there's a lot of zero foods, and they're mostly vegetables, fruit, lean chicken, turkey, fish. And so you can really build a lot of meals around that, a salad. The only thing that would be points would be the dressing, the oils and whatnot.
Sometimes people don't realize that's where you add up a lot of points. And they're kind of empty calories because you don't get full on the dressing.
No, exactly. And the Weight Watcher app is set up so beautifully. So they have a tracking system, so it'll tell you what your daily points are. And as you track it, it'll say lunch, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks. You just put it in there and the app does all the...
Wow, that's nice.
Yeah, point counting for you. And then you see your little number going down, 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 down until you get to 0 for the day.
Then you gotta stop eating.
You gotta stop eating.
or the 0 points.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
And then if you don't eat all of those points in a day, they roll over.
Really?
So yes, they roll over. So say my points are around 23. So say I only did 20 and I only did 20 5 days in a row. So now I've got 3 times 15 extra points
for the weekend.
And that's when you can kind of spoil yourself if you want a glass of wine or you want a piece of cake. Or in my case, it's the cake. and
mine, it would be the wine.
Yeah. And it keeps you balanced, right? But now, and before it was hard when you went to a restaurant. Sometimes you don't know how to count the meals, this and that. So here we go. The first new thing that they did was they have incorporated a lot more new 0-point foods. So at one point, oatmeal and potatoes were, I'd say, 2 points, 3 points, I'm not sure. But now they're 0 points for some reason.
Wow.
And the lean red meats, like a lean piece of steak, extra lean ground beef. Now you can start adding that in, but it's also portion. You can't
of course.
You can't have a burger like this and say 0 points. Yeah. It's just portion. So they've done it so that you have a variety. Yeah. And you include that because let's face it, protein is definitely good for your body. You need protein, lean protein.
But they also don't want you starving so that you don't work. It won't work. If you cannot be successful if you're hungry all the time.
Or not satisfied.
Because you're just going to literally fall off the wagon for sure.
For sure. Now, the other new thing to the app is you can take a picture of your meal when you're at a restaurant and it will approximate the points.
Nice.
So you don't have to think about it. And then you just press a button and it adds it to your daily intake.
Don't you love technology?
Oh, it's getting crazy. And now they also did add a medicine, so I don't know what that's about yet. So I'm sure it's something to do like the Ozempic or whatever. I'm not sure, but that's an option now. And there was a few other ones to do with the app, making it easier for you to track. Or you could like before you'd see a recipe online, and then you can take a picture of that, and it'll put it into your recipes in your app, so that if you make it again, you don't have to go looking for it or adding up the points. And so it's really, they really try to keep up with the times and keep people inspired and willing to stay on it. And because let's face it, you get to a point where, you just can't have any more chicken and salad, but
That's why I don't diet.
yeah, but on their app, they have, a section where you press restaurants, and it'll bring up all the most common restaurants like McDonald's, you name it, they're in there, and their menus are in there, and item by item by item, they'll tell you how many points each, like a sub sandwich. Every sub sandwich they make is in the app. Wow. And it tells you the points that so you can make a judgment. If you're going out for the day and you're not going to make yourself a lunch, you can say, okay, well, I know if I stop at a Subway and I get the turkey sub with the veggies, it's only going to be 6 points, 8 points. So it really is good that way.
And that's just for weight loss. And then, like I said, or Andrea has mentioned about different things you can do if it's just exercise, getting yourself in better shape. Right. But maybe your goal is to spend more time with the family. And what do you need to do to be able to do that? Whether it's balancing your work at the office, not bringing it home.
And everybody shut the screens down
right.
for an hour or two. Like at dinner time, that's it. Like I say to my kids, put the phones down. Like let's, or just engage in a conversation that
present.
They might be interested in.
Yeah.
And then they'll just leave it to the side because they're interested in having the conversation, So,
but it's like that for a lot of stuff. I mean, you really do need to be present in your, I'll say,
in your everyday life, in your family life.
Because how can you be successful at anything if you're not really there?
Exactly.
You don't want to be thinking about work or answering texts or emails in the middle of dinner when you should be embracing the family and the conversation.
And I think that's how we got away from it all years and years ago, is just by having too many distractions, like the television on, or and the phones right by our side. Like I say to people, can you not just turn it off for half an hour? What is going to happen in a half an hour?
I remember one of my friends, her sister always kept it right here. That's where her phone was. So even if it was off, she could feel the vibration.
Right.
Because she was addicted.
And you know what they're saying now? That is causing breast cancer.
Probably.
And everybody having it up here is causing tumors in the brain.
Well, that's why I used to have the headsets kind of thing, because I'd heard that quite a while ago as well. And you don't want to be adding things to help you get cancer or anything else. We've got enough in our environment without adding to that. Mm-hmm. So, we're doing this check-in because it's your journey. Right. We're going on our own journey.
Yes.
But we have to keep each other motivated. How can we do that? Whatever your goal is, how can we help you? How can you help us reach our goals? How can your friends, your family, share those goals? Get an accountability partner.
Yeah. Get involved.
You don't need to do this alone.
Are on the same journey.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. So I know that, you might think, well, God, it's kind of early to have a mid-month check-in, but we know how easy it is to fall off, from your goals so quickly.
Yes.
It's always exciting in the first week.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then reality sets in and you get busy with other things. It's sometimes just a busy. It's not really.
Yeah, and you make excuses.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I was stressed out, or I was just, no. Have somebody that, like us, checking in on you, or a partner or a friend that's doing it with you. Keep yourself, your mindset that you're going to do it.
And we'll be here checking in again, maybe in a few months, just to make sure that you're still sticking with your goals.
And I'm going to give you the quote.
Oh, yes. This is a good one to end our show.
And it says here, push yourself, because no one is going to do it for you. And that's a quote from success.com. Only you can push yourself to reach your goals.
and we'll help push you as well. So until next week, I'm Linda.
I'm Angela.
Please like,
share,
and subscribe. We also need your thumbs up.
Yes.
Until next week.
Bye.